What's up, guys? Alvaro here. Welcome to the Bilingual Stock Market channel again. You guys already know this channel. In this channel, we talk about the markets, but we do it in English and Spanish. We do things a bit differently so you can pick your preferred language. And in this video, and as I do it Mondays through Thursdays, I want to break down some technicals. I want to go over the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, but I also want to break down from a technical standpoint the three stocks that are going to be on the top of my watch list for tomorrow's trading session. So let's get started. And today we are having an unbelievable green day all across the board. The four major indices of the United States stock market, Dow Jones, NASDAQ, Russell 2000, and the S&P 500 are in positive territory as of now. And the 11 sectors that trade inside the S&P 500 are also in positive territory. And before going over the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100, we'll still have, by the way, 19 more minutes in today's trading session. But before breaking down these two indices, I want to show you guys some trades that I closed during today's trading session. So let's get started with Boeing. And if you guys remember, I told you last week, watch out for Boeing, because I have been taking a bunch of trades with Boeing. So I told you, watch out for Boeing, paying another visit to the $220 or $223. I actually closed a swing trade with Boeing on May 17th, and then on May 19th, I opened the position that I closed today. So on May 19th, I purchased 35 shares at $221, and today I made two more purchases before closing this trade. So I purchased 25 more shares at $224, and then I purchased 25 more shares at $225, and I ended up selling those 85 shares at $226.20. So I made with this trade $238. And if you remember about yesterday's video, I told you that, and I actually showed you guys the trade that I was taking on JD.com. And in the case of JD.com, I purchased 100 shares at $67. Let me move my screen over here on May 14th at $67, and I told you guys in yesterday's video that my price target to close this trade was $76. However, I noticed today at noon that JD.com, that the bulls of JD.com were having a tough time at $75, so I decided to lock in the profit at $74.26 after the bulls failed twice at $75, and with this trade I made $720, so I have nothing to complain about. I had a very solid day in today's trading session. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500, and we'll still have 8 more minutes in today's trading session. So let me zoom in here on the 4-hour chart. So this is pretty much live reaction, guys. Let's see what is going on over here. We are trading at 4160, so the S&P 500 is up 1.10% as of now. So I'm afraid that the bulls couldn't take on 4180. 4180 was supposed to be a very tough spot of resistance for the bulls in the S&P 500. I already told you guys this in yesterday's video, because 4180 is an important area, or an important previous area of support and resistance in the S&P 500. 4180 already acted as a support for the bulls in this index in 1, 2, 3, and 4 opportunities before, but it also acted as a resistance back on April 16th. So what am I thinking about over here for tomorrow's trading session, guys? So I'm thinking, and depending on how this index closes today, so I'm thinking from a support standpoint, the most important area for tomorrow, and again, taking into account that we are trading at 4162, the most important area of support for tomorrow's trading session is going to be 4140, which is a previous area of support and resistance in this index. To the upside, and as overhead resistance, I am going to be looking at 4180. And if tomorrow, because I'm thinking that the bulls are closing the day with a bunch of strength, so if tomorrow the bulls happen to be able to take on 4180, then the next important level of overhead resistance is going to be 4217 or 4120, which was a spot, an area in which the bulls of the S&P 500 failed on April 29th. So watch out for these levels of overhead resistance and support in the S&P 500. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the good old NASDAQ 100. And as of now, and when we still have one more minute in today's trading session, the NASDAQ 100 is pulling up a very solid green day, up 1.95%, and it is trading as of now at 13,495 points. And take a look at how we are dealing as of now and into the closing bell with the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart at around 13,000, almost 13,500 points. What a solid day for the NASDAQ 100. So tomorrow, and taking into account that we are pretty much about to close at 13,500 points, the most important level of resistance is going to be, in my opinion, 13,668 points, which was an area in which the bulls of the NASDAQ there goes the market. So the NASDAQ ended up closing at 13,494 points, almost at 13,500 points. So, and as I was saying, guys, tomorrow, the most important level of overhead resistance for the bulls in the NASDAQ 100 is going to be 13,650 points. That, as I was saying, was an area in which the bulls of the NASDAQ 100 failed on May 7th. And if that area of resistance happens to be broken to the upside, then watch out for the infamous 13,700 points, which is a very important previous area of support and resistance for the bulls in the NASDAQ 100. 13,700 points already acted as a support for the bulls in this index in 1, 2, and 3 opportunities before, but it also acted as a resistance back on February 9th and February 19th. From a support standpoint, guys, we can make the case that if tomorrow the NASDAQ 100 happens to pull back, we can expect an important area of support right at the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart at around 13,300 points. And take a look at how the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart coincides with a previous area of support and resistance for the bulls in the NASDAQ 100. 13,300 points acted as a lower support in today's trading session right at the opening, but it also acted as a resistance back on February 24th and in the course of March of this year. So these are going to be the most important levels of support and resistance that I am going to be looking at in tomorrow's trading session in the case of the NASDAQ 100. And take a look at the RSI of the NASDAQ 100, guys. It is at 57 points. So we can make the case that this index is neither oversold nor overbought, so we can still see more upside in tomorrow's trading session. What a good day for the bulls in the NASDAQ 100. And now let's go ahead and take a look at the first stock of this video, Square. Square went up today 2.40% and it closed today's trading session at $204.91. And if I zoom in here on the 4-hour chart, guys, take a look at how the 50 SMA on this chart is sitting right on $210. And if I pull up the 1-hour chart, take a look at how the bulls of Square have failed at $210 3 times in recent days. 1, 2, and 3 times. So I'm thinking, guys, that if Square happens to be able to burst above this very important area of resistance, that on top of that is being backed up by the 50 SMA on the 4-hour chart, I think that Square could easily fill the gap up to the next important level of resistance at $220. So if I pull up again the 4-hour chart, take a look at how $220 is going to be a very important area of overhead resistance for the bulls of Square, because we are talking about a previous area of support that already acted as such in 1, 2, 3, and 4 times before. So this could be, if we can take this trade the way that I am describing it, we could be potentially locking in a 6% profit. And mind you, guys, if Square happens to pay another visit to the lows, $190-ish, let's say $191, $190, I might think about starting a long-term position on Square, guys, because from all-time high for Square at $283 down to $190, we are talking about a 32% discount. This is a very attractive discount from a long-term perspective in the case of a Square, which is a stock in which I am extremely bullish on, because I truly believe that this company has a great future ahead of itself. $191 already acted as a support for the bulls of a Square back on May 13th and also back on May 5th, but it also acted as a resistance in several times back in October of last year. So watch out for Square tomorrow, guys. Either bursting above $210 and filling the gap up to $220, or maybe paying another visit to the lowest $190, in which case I am going to probably pick up some shares of Square for the long term. And the second stock of this video is going to be Marriott. Marriott went down today 0.32% and it closed today's trading session at $138.98, and this is a stock that needs no introduction. You guys know Marriott, the hotel chain. So I am kind of changing a bit my strategy, guys, because the rotation that we are having in the markets is real. I think that this brutal rotation that has affected so negatively growth stocks and tech stocks and higher multiple stocks in general terms is going to keep on going until at least September or October of this year. So this year, okay, so don't panic. So I am starting to take a look once again at reopening stocks, and I think that Marriott is a very valid reopening stock to trade. So Marriott is, as of now, I think that 10% of its highs, 14% of its highs. Marriott made a new all-time high at almost $160 back on February 24th. And take a look at how Marriott hasn't done anything, guys, since mid-February, right? It has just been trading within, or inside rather, this horizontal channel without having done much. So what's my plan when it comes to the stock of Marriott? This is a very easy plan, guys. If Marriott happens to pay another visit to $135, I am going to be picking up 50 or 100 shares of this hotel chain stock. $135 already acted as a support for Marriott back on May 13th, but it also acted as a resistance in December of last year. So I'm thinking that if we pick up some shares of Marriott at $135, which by the way also coincides with the lower line of this horizontal channel, and we sell those shares at the next important level of resistance for the bulls of Marriott at around $149, or let's say $150, we are going to be making a 10% profit. $150, needless to say, is going to be a very tough spot for the bulls of Marriott, because they already failed at that price in 1, 2, and 3 opportunities before, and it also acted as a support for the bulls of Marriott back on March 15th. So watch out for Marriott tomorrow, guys, and I guarantee you, and you guys know that I put my money where my mouth is, that I am going to be taking a trade, swing trade in this case, on Marriott if it happens to visit the $135, and most importantly, if I happen to notice that the stock of Marriott found support at that price. And the last stock of this video is going to be 22nd Century Group, ticker symbol XXII. And in the case of this company, 22nd Century Group, this was a request of one of the viewers of our videos in Spanish. I didn't know this company, so let's go ahead and take a look at 22nd Century Group, ticker symbol XXII. So I have some notes over here, guys. This is pretty much a tech company that focuses on technologies that reduce the levels of tobacco and cannabis in cannabis and tobacco products. This company was founded in 2005 and has a market capitalization of $588 million and is based in New York. So I don't know much about this company. If any of you is bullish or knows about 22nd Century Group, please drop a comment down below and let me know a bit more about this company. 22nd Century Group went down today 2.37% and it closed today's trading session at $4.54. And take a look at this, guys. The stock of this company was trading below $1 in November of last year. And in a matter of a few months, this stock went up to $6. So this was a move to the upside of almost 650%. Unbelievable. Who could have known this, right? I mean, hindsight is 2020. I did not even know the stock of this company, so whatever. Sometimes it is better not to think about certain things, okay? So from a technical standpoint, guys, we have a clear uptrend channel. This stock is looking very, but very bullish. And 22nd Century Group, this is a long name. 22nd Century Group is trading as of now above the moving averages that at least I use, the 50 SMA and the 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. And if I zoom in here on the 4-hour, take a look at how the bulls of this stock have been failing at $4.80. This price, this area has turned into a mega area of resistance for the bulls of 22nd Century Group. So I'm thinking, what's my plan when it comes to this stock? I think that this stock could very well be a momentum play, because the second 22nd Century Group burst above $4.80 with good volume. I think that the stock of this company can easily fill the gap up to the next important level of resistance at $5.38, which is a previous area of resistance for 22nd Century Group, or acted rather as a resistance for this stock back on April 30th. So from $4.80, or let's say $4.85, once the stock of this company has burst above $4.80. So let's say that we pick up some shares at $4.90 and we sell those shares at $5.36 or $5.40. We are looking at a 10% profit. So this could be, or this could very well be, a day trade from which we could obtain a 10% profit. And take a look at the RSI. It is at 54 points, so we can make the case that the stock of this company is neither oversold nor overbought. So it is looking very, but very attractive, guys. I am going to be watching 22nd Century Group tomorrow like a hawk, and the second this stock bursts above $4.80, I am going to take a trade, or to open a trade with 200 or 300 shares. And with 22nd rather Century Group, I am going to wrap up the video. Thank you very much for your attention, and thank you very much for hanging out with me once again. Remember that here on the Bilingual Stock Market channel, we are posting these stock market update videos Mondays through Thursdays right after the market closes. So if you want to get the notifications of our videos in a timely manner, you have to be, first of all, subscribe to the channel, but you also need to activate the notification bell right up there. And remember that this is the Bilingual, and remember as well that this is the Bilingual Stock Market channel, the YouTube channel in which we talk about the markets, but we do things a bit differently because we talk about the markets in English and Spanish. But most importantly, this is the YouTube channel in which we know that the wonderful world of Wall Street is not for geniuses, it is for entrepreneurs just like you guys and myself. My name is Alvaro, and I will see you guys on Sunday. Remember that we also post videos on Sundays. Peace out. Keep on crossing the markets.